The White House may not want to talk about it, but President Biden's wild claim last week about the death of his uncle Ambrose Finnegan during World War II is not going away.
He got shot down in New Guinea, and they never found the body because there are a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
For real. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters it was inappropriate to ask or joke about that story. Well, the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea is not joking. His response: President Biden's remarks may have been a slip of the tongue. However, my country does not deserve to be labeled as such. He says the remains of World War II lie scattered all over PNG, including the plane that carried President Biden's uncle. Perhaps given President Biden's comments and the strong reaction from PNG and other parts of the world, it is time for the USA to find as many remains of World War II in PNG as possible, including those of servicemen who lost their lives, like Ambrose Finnegan. Lisa, a massively respectful and fitting comment there from the leader of Papua New Guinea, absolutely eclipsing the frankly shameful comments our president made.
Yeah, I mean, well, anytime Joe Biden says for real, he's lying, it seems, and I think a lot of this gets downplayed with Joe Biden because he is old, because he is senile at this point, which even the, special counsel found Robert Hur did in his report. But he's just a plagiarist and a liar. And like the Washington Examiner has this great breakdown of all the times Joe Biden has plagiarized and lied throughout his life, going back to 1965 when he was at Syracuse College of Law student. He lifted 5 pages of law review. We all know that he had a dropout of the 1987 presidential election because of lying. Even in 2020, the Washington Post found that he pulled a bunch of stuff from various groups. And then you just go through the amount of lies he has told throughout his career. So he's just a liar. Like, he's not a good guy. And that's ultimately what it comes down to.
And Harris, can we just talk about that? These comments that our president drops, the sort of just cavalier comments that Joe Biden has dropped, they matter. It's people they're talking about. It's countries. No, Hispanic Americans are not breakfast tacos. No, Papua New Guinea is not defined by cannibalism, right? The cavalier dripping out of these elitist people in the White House, they matter. And finally, someone speaking up for it.
Well, I'm just thinking about what that leader from New Guinea was talking about in terms of the respect even for his own family, Joe Biden's own family member, come back to this nation and look for the World War II fallen. I mean, even that's just such a call with grace. What I think that means is, don't you even care about the man that you're talking about? Don't you even care about your own family? That you would so get the facts wrong? That the federal government would issue a statement, which is rare, by the way, to go on the record and say specifically about your relative's plane, no, it ditched for unknown reasons into the ocean. It was not shot down over land. I mean, that's a lot of specificity to correct a president of the United States. Think about the disrespect to his own family. It's pretty unreal.
I mean, I go back to the situation in Israel. We are on the precipice of potential war in the Middle East, and we have somebody that's going to go out there and say things that could create international incidents. Sure, Papua New Guinea, one thing, but if he messes up just this much when it comes to the Middle East because of something he says, that's going to have disastrous consequences.
All right, like the minor incursion of Putin.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think this is why we have a trust issue, why we have a government not being trusted, why we have people willing to cause chaos in various cities, because no one's home.